Hello.
Hey guys, how's it going? And today we're starting a new
No, that's
series
spoilers.
on the channel.
Hello? Okay, good. I'm loading up chat. If you're here, I will be with you in a second. There we go. Hey. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the teaser image later. Hello. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the teaser image later. And we're gonna be playing the, Banban Rangers demo while we do it. Just so I can have, like, something I could do that I don't have to focus too much on. Hello. How's life? Mal, life's good. Life is very good. Yeah, life's good. Very good. I have just been going about it. I am still preparing for that trip that I'm leaving for Sunday. I have some of my stuff prepped behind me. And today's gonna be pretty clear, so I'm gonna work on some stuff, and I'm preparing stuff before I leave. Okay, so a quick question. You all can hear this. You can hear the seagulls. You can hear the seagulls doing seagull-y things. This is my way of checking the audio. Yeah, you hear me, but do you hear the seagulls? Okay, good. Hello, welcome to the stream. So, we're going to get to, the new teaser image, and we'll talk about that later. I already have my thoughts together about that. But first, we're going to be watching this video, and I'm going to be reacting to it live with you guys. This is a video from RyBR03 whatever. I stumbled upon them a while back when they did... Yes, the sequels are sequely. I lost my train of thought. They did a rewrite of Poppy Playtime's chapters 1 through 5 plus Project Playtime, and they have a style, clearly. And then they're starting doing this thing where they're rewriting Banban, and so we're going to be reacting to that first, and then we'll get to it. We'll get to the rest. Here we go.
Hey guys, how's it going? And today we're starting a new series on the channel, well, a new rewrite series on the channel, that being Rewriting Banban. I know, the probably not long-awaited series for this channel. Now, this is going to be slightly similar to some of my other rewrite series. If you haven't seen those, that's Rewriting FNAF and Rewriting Poppy Playtime, where I'm going to attempt to try my best to take the Banban concepts, the characters, some of the core ideas, and keep them while reworking everything around them to make better games, a more cohesive story, and just sort of polish and refine what's there, update what's there, add changes where I need to, while keeping as much of the core content as I can, because that's what I like to do with my rewrites.
So this is good. So far, his kind of main idea here is just to keep the content, try and keep Banban as Banban. same thing I'm going to do when I do my rewrite, which I'll do once the series is over. That way I have the full story. So I'm very interested to see how it goes, and whether or not he can keep the Banban style, because I will be critically judging you if you mess up anything. So have fun!
However, there are going to be a few things that I'm going to be kind of bending the rules on for this specific Banban Rewrite series. Unlike those other series, I will not be rewriting each Banban game. So I'm not going to be sitting here and writing 8+ Banban videos, because I think I will actually go insane and probably die if I attempt to do that. So instead...
Boo. Seriously? Seriously? Trust me, when I do my rewrite, I'm going through all the games. I'm not backing out, and I already have the ideas. So, you're already in a rough spot, because there's a lot of, like, plot to get through, and a lot of key elements to get through, so if you're not doing it all of the games, how is he gonna do this?
I'm reducing it down to 4 total videos, which means that my Banban series will only take 4 parts to complete. The whole story, everything I have in mind, will be completed within 4 separate, I guess you could call them, quote-unquote, games, but videos and parts. And what these will entail is a Banban that is rewritten to keep sort of the charm, if you want to say. It's not really charm, because Banban has no charm, but sort of the...
Banban has no charm. Do I have to pull up the Markiplier clip? Do I have to pull up the Markiplier clip? Do I have to pull up the Markiplier clip? Because I will. Well, except I don't really have it on hand. I don't know if I make this into a video or edit it in. Banban has charm. It has a personality. It has a style. It knows what it is. Yeah, it does. Dude, you just lost so much respect from me from that one line. So much respect you just lost. And, by the way, you all, everyone watching, you can go comment on this video and leave your things on the video. I just ask one thing of you all, and that is to be respectful. Treat this guy respectfully. No harassing him. But definitely leave your opinions on it in the video's description. If you guys feel like you want to, leave him a message.
I don't know how else to word it aside from charm, and that is the sort of wacky and silliness and the kind of self-awareness that Banban has, because I think that is a core concept. Oftentimes you'll see people be like, I remade Banban, or I, rebooted Banban, and I made it scary, or I changed everything about it, or all this kind of stuff. But Banban isn't scary, and trying to make Banban scary
there's some parts that are scary,
because Banban isn't scary. So instead, I want to try to take it into more of a route like Finding Frankie and games like that, where they're much more focused on the game itself, the fun.
Milk. Be respectful. Even if they're hating, like, try to at least treat them like another human being. Just, like, don't throw insults. You could say, what the heck, dude? Yeah, not last week to be going on full thriller. Let's see if it's not scary.
The self-aware, the kind of silly and goofy aspects, rather than making a serious, like, dark, creepy, spooky mascot horror game, like stuff like FNAF and Poppy Playtime try to do. So that is going to be the kind of feel that I want to go for, is take the Banban silliness, tone it down just a bit, don't have all the the tons of wackiness that we have, but also keep some of it so that it is still Banban feeling. Now, to kind of briefly talk about what you can expect within this video before we actually get there, my goal for this video is to specifically rewrite the first game. So while other parts will be combining like parts 2 and 3, or like Banban 4 and 5 and stuff like that, this video will only be talking about the first Banban game and how I
love this reply. I see. Charm is a relative term, not based on anything objective, just people and their prior experience. That is good. That's exactly charm, personality. That's preference. Yeah, he is trying to still keep the Banban charm, which is something I'll do with my rewrite. I'll not to spoil too much, but what I'm really gonna do with my rewrite is I want to put in the charm, but I also want to help ease out the mature story elements while still being Banban.
Imagine it into something that would be a more fun experience to play.
I did not pause it.
And like I kind of talked about previously, keeping the Banban charm along the way. So with that, I think I've used enough of you guys' time, so let's roll right into the start of this rewrite. But before we do, please do like, subscribe, check out the shameless plugs and all that kind of stuff, because, you know, I'd appreciate it. And whatever support you want.
Do the same for me. Do the same for me, please. Thank you very much. You guys can do all kinds of stuff. You can literally give me money now. I literally have super chats and super stickers now.
Want to show to the channel, I would greatly appreciate. So please go like and sub. And with that, let's get into the main rewrite. The game opens with a cutscene showing us the outside of the building. The place is abandoned, decayed. You can see trees blocking part of the building, so we're going and plants covering it as well.
In the future.
Our character, Riley, would then talk, saying that she's never seen an abandoned place like this. We then would hear her walk towards the building, and the camera would zoom in onto a Banban sign. Title card!
Okay.
The gameplay then begins, and we find ourselves in the entrance of
Quick question, is this footage yours? Is this footage yours? Or did you get it from someone else like the gaming archivist? Let's check the description. He does not state. He does not state. I would honestly like that answer. I like to have my footage be my own, and if it's not, I credit it.
Banban's Funland, an entertainment center designed for families to spend the day at. The building has no power,
taking away the
and we're only able to access the front lobby and the cafeteria eating zone. Our first objective is to locate the power room and restore power to the building, and Riley would say as much. We will then need to check out the admin desk, and there we find a clue. A note will send us to the cafeteria, and specifically, the kitchen. Once you're there, you will find another clue that will send you right back to the front desk. Once you get back there, you'll be able to...
Why go all that way? Like, hey, let's go to the front desk, pick something... Oh, look, this says go to the kitchen. Oh, let's go to the kitchen. Oh, let's go from the kitchen back to the front desk. That just seems like filler. Do you have to go back to the location for the thing required to pop up? Kind of like how you need to open the drone, this room that he's right in front of, right here, for the batteries to pop up for the drone remote. Is it gonna be like that? That just seems like filler to me.
To open a drawer and find the power room key, and the note saying that they actually forgot they had the key in their desk the whole time. Heading over to the power room.
I'm pretty sure that's just gonna be more angering than, like, most of the drone puzzles in the game.
A locked door opposite of the cafeteria, you can unlock it and open the door to find a small closet-sized room with a breaker box inside of it.
And a
Flipping
drone.
it on, the power comes back on, and a light from outside the room casts a shadow in front of you, and you can see two pointed party hats. When you turn, you see that it's just a floodlight shining a light on two party hats that were sitting on the desk. With the power restored, the main doorway to the rest of the building opens up, and you can head inside.
And we're gonna get a drone.
Entering into the hallway, the lights would flicker on and reveal Opila Bird's head poking out from an open doorway. There are a few different doorways that you could take, and these doorways would be larger, kind of double doorways, enough for multiple people to enter in and out of at the same time. But these different doorways lead to different parts of the Funland. A trampoline zone, a go-kart zone, a mini golf zone, an arcade zone, and the Banban ball pit, which is currently locked.
Okay, so he's going with a bit more of like a big play area, a sort of family activity area, than kindergarten.
Opila Bird's head is poking out of the indoor playground zone.
Which I wonder how that'll go in with the lore.
Walking over to Opila Bird, once you get close enough, you will realize that it's actually just a fake head sitting on a stick, set up to look around the corner. Entering into the playground area, you will find stuff like swings, slides, and one of those like spinning top things that you can sit in and your friends can run around and spin you around really fast.
Yes.
The whole kit caboodle's here. Opila
I don't
Bird is on
remember
the
what that's
opposite
called.
side of the room, and a wall art sign of her will say that you need to win 4 Opila eggs to get a free pass to the Banban ball pit.
You're gonna have
Riley
to go
would then
downstairs to win
speak
the
up,
4 eggs.
saying that she'll give it a try. Hopefully everything here still works. You now have a slightly more open world type of thing here. You can choose the order of the next 4 minigames that you want to play, but for the sake of the video, I will be going through them in order that I listed the zones out in. First up is the trampoline zone, and this would be themed off of Sheriff Toadster, and we kind of set up like a swamp with
Whoa,
the
whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. If one of the areas in the main facility has a section based off Sheriff Toadster, that means Sheriff Toadster's in the family. In the final family. Which is, like, super important, because that means he would never have been dumped down on the lower levels. Which means his resentment for humans wouldn't exist as much, and he wouldn't join the kingdom. Who's in the family in this version? I think we skipped over that. Because if you're changing the main family, that's pretty big deal.
Trampolines being lily pads. There would be a button near the entrance that would tell you to press it to start the trick game. Wall art of Sheriff Toadster would tell you to do as many cool tricks as you can, and if you get enough points, you will win an Opila egg. Starting the minigame, you'd be moved and limited to 1 trampoline, and some fun music would start in the background. The game would be kind of a quick time event.
Yeah, I know it's a rewrite, and it's perfectly fine for him to move Sheriff Toadster to the main family. The thing is, that is a very important part of the plot. So he's not in the first game in the original. Which is fine. You can change that if you want to. But if you're going to change that, make that aware earlier. Because now this is opening up a whole door, like, what does the main family look like? Is it the one from 2? Is it the one from 3 that we've seen for most of the main mural? Or is it just the original one from the first game plus Sheriff Toadster? That's, like, important details. Because the members of the family that aren't included in the mural in the base story are the ones that got rejected and never made to the final thing. This is for fun, though. Nothing serious can change the story. You didn't hear him out. I know he can change the story, but he said he was also trying to keep it to the original in some ways. Like, I'm very interested in what is going, and I just wish we knew, like, what the family mural is for this one. Or I hope we get more establishment on that later, because this is kind of out of nowhere.
Style where a letter would appear on your screen, and you need to press it as fast as you can. So like A or Z, stuff like that. And when you press the letter, you would go through a different animation, stuff like a front flip or like a cartwheel or something, I don't really know. But you'll do a bunch of different jumps and fancy moves, and eventually, if you do good enough, the game will end, and you will win your first Opila egg. Next up is the go-kart zone, and this area would be themed off of Slow Celine. And again, there would be a button
So
to
Slow
start
Celine's
the
also
minigame
in the
with
family.
the sign of Slow Celine telling you as
So
much.
we're in the 2 entry.
This minigame would be like if Security Breach's Roxy Raceway had an actual driving section instead of just a cutscene, because you will be transported to a go-kart, and from there, you will need to drive around the track as fast as you can, and if you finish 3 laps
you're
in a certain time.
I don't do FNAF. Are you telling me that their racing-themed area in the game doesn't actually have you race, but is rather a cutscene? Why? That makes no sense.
Window, you will win your second Opila egg. The next one is the mini golf zone, and this would be themed off of Stinger Flynn with an aquatic
Stinger
theme
Flynn.
for the different areas. There would be another button and another sign telling you to start the game. Here you would actually have to play mini golf, something kind of like Golf with Friends or the Monty Golf mini games from Security Breach, so you'll have to actually play golf for this section. And here, you'll need to get a low enough
We're gonna
score
talk about
because
the new
that's how
image
golf works,
later.
in order to win your third Opila egg. Last up is the arcade zone, and this is themed off of Jumbo Josh. The style would be similar to the arcades that
I know what he was saying, but I'm like, did FNAF's racing area really just not have you race there? Why? Why dedicate an entire area to the idea of racing and not have any of the gameplay be racing related? That just doesn't make sense to me.
We see in Security Breach with like darker lighting but more of a high-tech feel. Yet another button starts the game, and Jumbo Josh's wall art next to the button will have him saying his iconic, "I'm Jumbo Josh, bruh." This game would have you
That's not even a phrase that says in the
play
game, but
through
okay.
3 different yet simple arcade games, none of which I felt like coming up with any ideas for because I couldn't really care less. And if you win all 3, you will then get your last Opila egg. After collecting all 4 eggs, you can return to Opila Bird and place them in her nest. She will then spit out an access pass, allowing you to access the Banban ball
I know,
pit.
that's not the worst part of
Heading
Security
over,
Breach.
you can
I've
enter
heard
in
Security
and
Breach is
find a
bad.
large room with several decently sized ball pits and some of those like colorful climbing equipment-y things that you can crawl around in. Once inside, you may notice that there isn't a button here for you to press. The room will access the Banban in her nest. She will then spit out an access pass, allowing you to access the Banban ball pit. Heading over, you can enter in and find a large room with several decently sized ball pits and some of those like colorful climbing equipment-y things.
I know where the Jumbo Josh bruh thing is, but that's not even a joke the Ford brothers have made in the game. Like, the only time is, Amnesia. That's the only song that makes anything close to that. So it's weird to have it there. Like, not a complaint, just, like, weird to hear that be, like, his big quote. Who remembers? I remember the bird up meme.
Once inside,
that one was actually
you may
featured
notice that there
directly in the
isn't a button here for you to press. You will need to
Anyway, you lost track. I was trying to listen.
Pits and some of those like colorful climbing and find a large room with several decently sized ball pits and some of those like colorful climbing equipment-y things that you can crawl around in. Once inside, you may notice that
so it's not going to be a bottomless ball pit. Okay,
isn't
that's
a button here for you to press. You will need to walk around. Once you find an admin key card that is sitting in one of the tubes, you will see the lights turn off and you will hear footsteps. Riley will then turn on her flashlight and say that every good urban explorer always keeps one handy. You can now look around, but you need to keep your eyes open. Somewhere in the dark, something hunts you. She moves when you aren't shining a light on her or when you aren't looking. It's Opila Bird and she's here. For this area, you need to find conveniently placed emergency breakers and flip them up. For this area, you need to find conveniently placed emergency breakers and flip
Did he not? Oh, wow.
them back on.
Normally when I have that type of flub in video, I edit it out.
Avoiding Opila Bird. However, the longer you take here, the faster Opila Bird gets when you aren't looking.
Ooh.
You need to flip 5 breakers, and the lights would then come back
Funny
on,
enough,
allowing you to
something like
leave
that
and leaving
just
Opila
yesterday.
Bird trapped inside. Back in the main hallway, the last...
Okay, so we're just reacting to this Banban Rewrite. So I see what you're going for with this area, and I think I like the gameplay style. There's just one thing I'm sad about. The introduction to Opila Bird, which is deliberately meant to be kind of like actually bird-like. Where, you know, it's like a predator actually kind of surveying before going in for the kill. I wish we still had that. I personally believe this is a downgrade, though it's very... Yeah, it does... In some ways, it is a downgrade. Bo just stole a mechanic and applied it to a Opila and called it video. Yeah, I mean, that's a very basic mechanic style. I think the speeding up, like, every once in a while, I think that's a nice little twist on it. But yeah, I think we're missing the most significant part of the original Opila. The original Opila scene that made it somewhat memorable and actually left people somewhat scared. It was the way she approaches the player before the chase.
Door directly at the end of the hall, which is the one that you're right next to,
drone, yeah.
is where you can use the key card. Riley would say
I
something
am disappointed
generic
they did
like,
not
what
try to
was
use the
that?
drone.
Was that trying to attack me? Is that bird part of the attraction? Stuff like that. Going into the admin office, you will find a room with a few desks and chairs in it. On the far side of the room is a comically large button. Pressing it reveals a large doorway. Pressing it reveals a hidden doorway, and it opens to reveal an elevator. And think of an elevator with like sort of a metal mesh cage around it.
Last Tip to the Abyss? No, I will not be. I will make a complete video on it. I might stream like a second playthrough, just to get a better idea. But I will be doing my main playthrough for a full video, on stream.
Not whatever base Banban actually had. Getting on the elevator around it, and not whatever base. Think of an elevator with like sort of a metal mesh cage around it, and not whatever base Banban actually had. Getting on the elevator, you press a button.
I think it would be nice if it was like a mixture between.
Riley is super confused and asks herself why this place would have a hidden elevator. As it descends, darkness surrounds it, and we hear strange noises. The elevator then shakes before stopping. A cutscene would start, with Riley frantically looking around at the flashlight. We would then see the large green hand of Jumbo Josh, and he swings to hit the top of the elevator, sending it crashing down. The last shot would show the wrecked elevator at the bottom, and we zoom out to see the two party hats of Banban. End credits! Alright, well, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and everything it had to offer. I set out on this video with the goal of trying to take what was there for Banban and work it into something that would be a more enjoyable game to play, something more fun and silly, but not as goofy as base Banban tends to be. So I think I accomplished the goals that I set out to do, but I'd also like to hear what you guys thought of that as well. So I'd like to hear what you guys thought of the rewrite, the changes, stuff like that. So I'd like to hear that down below. But as we round out the video here, as I am obligated to do, I would like to give a shout out to my channel.
So, I like the variety a bit more in this version. But I do think we are missing some of the things that made Banban Banban in the first place. Like, he completely cut out the sharing is caring, your pancreas is mine. Why the heck would you cut that out and not implement it in some way for the first entry? I don't get it. I think the Opila thing was kind of underwhelming. Like, it forgot the part that made Opila scary for that scene. Besides that, I kind of liked it. You've heard the rest of my thoughts for this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You don't know what to think? Yeah, what do you guys think? Normally, this is something I leave for the comments, but, since it's live stream, you can actually give me your kind of opinions. Hello. Personally think it's mediocre. Yeah, it was alright. Like, I think it misses some of the, despite him saying he's trying to go for the Banban style. Yeah, I feel like he's trying to go for the main Banban style, but I feel like he's missing the point of it. Yeah, it feels like he's missing the point. Hey, Undersquad. You should do a rewrite. I am planning on doing a rewrite. I'm just saving it for when I finish the main series. Could have been way better, honestly. Yeah, I feel like he, despite trying to fit the Banban style, he's kind of missing it. I just joined who we're talking about. We just watched and you can watch this. I just remembered this. We just watched a Banban Rewrite, and I think the general consensus here is that it was pretty mediocre. Yeah, it feels like he's just missing the Banban style just by trying to go for it. Because nothing about what I just watched felt Banban-like. It just sounded like a... His probably played A Rewrites were way better in my opinion. Yeah. Ah! Yeah, it's coming. When we release the OST ranking video, I put on the calendar, it's July 4th. So in about a week. Yeah, it doesn't have the Banban vibe, it just seems like a generic... Just seems like a generic, horror game to me. Like, I think there was only one time he did anything that I felt like was relatively Banban-y, which was when he talked about Jumbo Josh Ra. Quote. Yeah. Yeah, this game is clearly inspired by 64 bits. Yeah, it's clearly inspired by early graphics and Undead. So are we done talking about the rewrite? We done talking about the rewrite? Let us not mention anything that reveals our age. Internet safety, please. Who is, in your opinion, is most likely to die in Last Tick to the Abyss? I'm trying to think of my predictions. I don't think I actually have any deaths in Last Tick to the Abyss in mind at the moment. Oh wait, I have one. It's the human. It is these Mr. Human. So since... Do you expect more brutal deaths? A little bit. I expect the deaths to probably be on the same par they are. Maybe with a little bit more detail because of all the people they're hiring. How many Bam gets you to be? I'm currently thinking about 10. Well, 11 because we're counting 0. So since we're off the rewrite topic, let us talk about the new teaser image. And here is kind of what I think about it. I think this is not Garden Banban 5. Everyone keeps saying that, but I do think this is just pretty much a big assumption. I think it is a soft remake. What I would call a soft remake. I think they're going to do a soft remake of the first 2 games. Well, not just the first 2 games, but the older games. Stuff like add in the optimizations, the new models. Maybe it's a flashback? IDK, what do we say? I expect kind of like they have the new optimized models, better lighting, like some of the new menu stuff that they've added. So basically like soft remakes, and maybe with like a couple new secrets or changes to notes to better contribute to the lore. So, while still not really changing much about the gameplay. Like a soft remake, basically. Are you worried about Yeah, I don't think it's 5. I feel like they would have specified 5 or have something in it that specified it. Oh, I think the plushies look adorable. What's this mission? Favorite character? Have the character ranking for that. Yeah, I think... Yeah, a soft optimization, a soft remake. And stuff like lore, especially like, Banban, some of his case update reports no longer make sense. Honestly, which is some of the stuff I want to touch with my rewrite when I get into it. Just to make the games be a bit closer in quality without, like, revamping all the environments, the entire gameplay, like, everything. It's just like, yeah, let's just add in the new stuff that we've had to the older games, just to make them look better and be better quality. More hints for Flumbo's appearance. Like a little. Like, I don't want to see, like, Flumbo's full design appear in any of the entries. I think having it so he's, like, completely hidden visually makes sense and makes that big reveal bigger, but, like, soft mentions or, like, little peeks. Little sneak peeks. Darn it. Wait, isn't this Bunzo Bunny from Power Playtime Chapter 2? It's not specifically from Bunzo Bunny. Traditionally, at least in America, this type of game is called Simon. There's usually like a little circle device that basically plays this out. Where it gives a pattern and then you repeat. I meant like not physically experiencing a drawing of him. What was the last bit? Oh my gosh. What do you think of, yeah? Cool dude. He buried the hatchet. He has a voice cameo. He supports the brothers. His video on Banban 7 is absolutely based. Doing this and focusing on chatting with you guys is difficult. There's nothing wrong with criticizing a piece of work. It's just about respect and, like, trying to be actually factual and up to date. And also just not being overall top mean. Like, you can give criticism. I do that. But I try to do it in a polite way, and I try to make sure my criticism matches up to more modern information. What was the last one? What do you think on Ellis Mark's video about everything? I think it's mostly valid. I have not seen that. We could make that a stream activity. Because I think reaction stuff is a bit something that we can do a bit more on here. I don't think so. I feel like there would have been a bit of a filter or some presence of the stalker in some way. There would have been some specific hint. I'm doubting. It'd also feel weird to start advertising Banban 5 in the middle of Last Ticket to the Abyss's hype train. And it's not like Zero, where Zero was a complimentary to 8 and they added it later. Like, they've known what they've been doing with 5 for a while. Left. Quadruple right. Yeah, that's right. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Miss Memberger's going easy on me for my streaming brain. Up to the skipped number 5. No! When do you think, I could imagine that being him. My personal theory for the stalker is that it's Zolphius when he was younger. When do you think kindergarten was founded? That's really hard to say. It had to be sometime after the experiment started. It had to be after the final 6 were selected. So, probably, like 2025, 2026. I mean, not 2015, 2026. IDK, calm down. What if it's actually player's child? Well, well, it can't be the player's child, because it might be someone with the genomes of the player's child. But it can't be the parent's child, because the monsters aren't people turned into monsters. I mean, Zolphius have a human body. That's basically been implied for a long time. Notes as early as 3 mentioned him being able to pick up and manipulate objects. And we went inside of his stomach. So there has to be at least a chest. He can't just be a long worm. Stalker was watching you from the beginning. The nanny's been doing more watching than the stalker. And isn't that what Zolfius is doing anyway? Zolfius has been watching the player from the beginning. That's like the big piece. Right, left, right, left, left. Right, triple left, left. I'm not gonna crash out. This is in part just the fact of playing a game while trying to engage with the chat. Up and to the right. Boom. Yeah, I've seen the new teaser image. We've been talking about it. Do you think Flumba has a mural face like everyone else? Yeah. Yeah. Flumba probably has a mural face. Him being like a Loch Ness monster. Well, here's the thing. Zolfius has to look human-like. He has to have a human body. Because he was made to be Dr. Adam Uthman and Miss Beverly Mason's artificial child. And they mentioned, like, trying to take him into, like, actual buildings and grow up. So, it would make sense that he would have, like, a full human body. This... I think 5's a dream. Boom. Jump. Up. Down. Down. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. One, two, 2, 3, 3, 3. There we go. But humans don't have that long neck. You forget that Givanium-based bodies don't live to their normal proportions. And they're very highly mutatable. And we know Zolfius started out small and then got bigger, so it's very possible with this, his neck just stretched. I would have matched Flumba not having one. Well, I mean, they gave him artwork, so he has to have a mural. Unless he's like Zolfius, who's him having a mural version, a depiction version, is just weird in general. Hellish Bandman. Yeah. We gotta remember. Nab Nab got a hellish form, and Nab as a character doesn't have that weird tail thing, but that just kind of happened. Like his tail, like his back just went into that. Gotta remember, hellish forms can do whatever they want. Doesn't have a motive, but he has a mural. The thing is, the mural's only seen in that screenshot and in the smudge poster. So it's very much possible that that his mural is only hidden. That it only appears in one place in the entire facility. I'm kind of disappointed that Miss Mimicker only got a short time screen. I'm kind of disappointed Miss Mimicker only got a short amount of screen time in Anti-Devil. Yeah, if you remember my character ranking, I had a full-on thing about that. You think Flumbo is a boss in the full game? Oh, and this game. Yeah, I expect so. The trailer has a cutscene that shows him almost as if like a pre-battle cutscene. So I imagine him being the boss. Flumbo becoming an ally in the final game? Yeah. Why don't the Reclamation team have murals except you know who? I don't know. That's like a little nitpick I have with A's that we got no character murals. Maybe we'll see them in the future. I mean, we got the ones. Yeah, Nab looks more realistic as House 1. What was I thinking about? Right. The murals, like, I mean, they could be somewhere else in the facility, and we might see them later. So who knows? I'm trying to remember. Oh wait, the last one's next to Banban's house. I personally don't mind Clarence for being one-off tasks. I just wish they appeared in the game they were in a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the idea of, like, a one-off antagonist. My 8th prediction had, at the very end, revealed a group of experimental monsters that was really just meant to be one-off antagonists. That would have appeared in the 9 as sort of like, basically, essentially what they were was a reclamation team. It's like, at that point, just having a target on our head wasn't enough, so we just released all his wild experiments like the Gervanium baby, and they'd be attacking us. I expect... Oh, yeah, I know about the large bird behind in the Together Forever image. I will talk a bit more about that in my teaser trailer 3 video. Oh. Miss Mimicker's head could be used in Elastic 2 Best, since, as we see, Brashista do it. Potentially. I'm not gonna ask how Brashista used Miss Mimicker's corpse to speak. Got it to speak. I'm not gonna ask about the logistics of it. Clutch, yep. Little Beak get a new house form? That's the best. The thing is, the design looks pretty similar to how Little Beak's previous form looked. Do you think that if someone takes do you think they'll put more reclamation to members? Whoa, a lot of questions. Okay, a lot of questions. Oh, yeah, the U4 Brothers are remaking Jumbo Josh's Wake. They remade it. Little Beak. Don't think it's a new hellish form for Little Beak since they got unmutated in 6. I expect it's probably Opila Bird having been mutated by syringe and off camera. I don't expect either. Technically the player has a model, it's just invisible. New remote. I want the drone remote back. You know my opinion on that. I did a whole video on why the drone remote should return. Wait, if Sophie's the stalker who's helping with the mysterious subhouse on walls. Nanny. Yeah, I think it's Nanny. Least favorite character? My character ranking video. I don't remember who, but it's either the Campfield's crew, Nabnilliana, or Miss Mimicker. One of those 3 got the bottom spot. You're gonna have to double check the video though. No! This game is inspired by early 3D collectathons. Well, Super Mario 64 was one of, if not the first, 3D platform collectathon. Which was, and one of the earliest games to use, 3D, actual 3D graphics. This location, yes, this is clearly all inspired by things from 2. This is a very 2-inspired environment. You know, you got the platforms from park area, you got the shelves from the warehouse, maintenance room. You got the mural besides Nap Nap right here. And all these buildings look like the ones from the hub. Yeah, Mario 64 was the first 3D Mario game. Like, when you do more mascot horror games in the future, depends on I'm trying to remember how to go. Depends on if one catches my interest. I know for a fact, Dark Pals, when the second floor releases, I will be playing through both entries. I'm not just a mascot horror guy. I need you all to know that. I have way more interests. Like, I'm doing a lot of Minecraft content, which... and more variety. So while I mostly am doing mascot horror and horror stuff, I do expect to see a whole lot of other variety stuff. No. Why is Varza called Torchbearer, and what is his wish of those T says? So, Torchbearer, I mean, he wields a torch. That's his main weapon, and that is what he's called in the files. So that was probably kind of his, so that was probably, like, his development name before they came up with the final name, was the Torchbearer. As for wish, my best guess it has to do with his seemingly distaste for humans or things that think they're superior based upon his dialogue. So, like, he wishes to get rid of the parents because they are a human who thinks they're better than him. At least that's his kind of worldview. Think Varza might die? Well, if talking about the, like him burning himself, very unlikely. He's already burnt himself. That's why he looks the way he does. He burnt all his skin off. Syringin kills him? I don't think Syringin would kill a member of the Reclamation team. Let me get to safety. The Reclamation team is not nearly as replaceable as the regular citizens he has. And also, Syringin knows that the parent is resilient. No, I'm actually exploding himself. That's not canon. Varza, those are burn marks. I believe the Euphoric Brothers confirmed that. On Discord. No, 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 no! Oh. I think Varza might be scared of what Syringin might do to him. I mean, like physical punishments, like a beating, I definitely could see Syringin doing that. But I don't expect like a straight up kill. I think the killing is only something he does to the citizens because they are cheap, easily replaceable. They're cheap and easily replaceable, and he doesn't have much value of them. Like, they can't really do much. Last member of the Reclamation team, I'm still on it being a robot, although I think the next best thing is the cow that everyone's been saying. Yeah. Oh my gosh, every time we talk about kill and death, I have to approve a message that's being held for review. Oh hey, Bitteritib. You know what this game is. Or at least you should. You remember the wiki. We make a big deal about it. Stuff like this. Oh. The humblebees are trying to humble me! No, 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 no. Core worth watching? I hope so. There's a cow on the Reclamation team. So that whole thing comes back from when someone said they wanted, like, animal ideas. For their mascot horror game. One of you four brothers responded by saying, anything as long as it's not, and then listed a bunch of animals that's used for, characters. that they've used for character series, including cow. So people believe that the 6th member of the Reclamation team is a cow. And what do you do in it? It's a 3D platformer collectathon. Banban. Yeah. It's a... Yeah, like Mario 64. I have a whole video of me 100%ing it on the channel. Annie wasn't cow. Nanny's a pig. Yeah, Nanny's pig. What's Mario 64 like? Basically, it's a platformer. Basically, it's a platformer game. Oh! 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 That's gonna become a short. Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Fake leaked character. Monkey Game in 1-2. Oh, you're going by my wiki name. I just call that crazy. Cheater detect. No, that's just the physics engine bugging out. I'm gonna take full advantage of it. I can see that being used. That's definitely gonna be used in speed runs. That's gonna be used in speed runs. Once they figure out a way to, like, do that consistently. Heavenly Am music. Obsession in... I don't know. If you remember the context behind where this song's used in the main series, I wouldn't call that heavenly. If I was editing this right now, I'd be putting this... I would be putting the shot on screen. No, oh. Yeah, it's Obsession in Bloom. Yeah, it's used in 8. Yeah, I know, it's like heavenly though. Ah! I remember, I popped that clip up several times in my videos. What do you think about helping Oliver? I'm glad it's fake. I think Uni Balloony as a character design was already pushing the design towards laughable. Like one of those ones that you just laugh at. And I think having a more designs that are less laughable and more kind of like complete would be nice. Ah. Have you seen or heard the difference between Last Appointment and the game itself? I do note that the soundtracks are slightly different. Yeah. So a lot of the soundtracks sound slightly different between where the ones on YouTube and what they're using game. But that's probably just because of them being converted into a listenable format. They basically just have all the same stuff. It's just one's intended to be looped. Favorite soundtrack? You're kind of gonna find out on July 4th when my OST ranking releases. Kinda, because it was way too hard. Kinda sounds different. I think there was some modifier. Like they kind of pitched it down or reduced it a bit. When you play syringe and tape, the one that plays on the tape is just a modified version of retinal extraction. It's basically just all the same notes of retinal extraction, but placed in a different order. How did I come up with the name Mao? That. Can you show us the soundtrack of the Last Appointment? Yeah, I can pull it up. Yeah, open up the files for 8, after I complete this section. How many chapters? 11, including 0. So I think it will end on, my favorite OC is not a 5 from 0. Who do you think Captain's voice actor will be? Captain Fiddles won't have a voice actor. He has no human genomes. Yeah. 8 set us back on track, so with 8 set us back on track, yeah, so now we're actually have 8 games. Isn't 10 early to end? Not really, if they can wrap it up. Yeah, 7... Yeah, 1 was the first game, 2 was the second, 3 the third, 4 the fourth, 6 the fifth, 7 the sixth, 0 was the 7th, and then 8 is finally returned us back with it being 8. The Buggy Huggy mural would never get to 600 characters, although he probably made like 600. Because he kept removing them from the mural as it got bigger. What do you think, Game Company? I don't watch his content. Favorite voice actor? Ty Coker on the technicality that he's just kind of really active in the community. Like, they're all... Like, there's a lot of great ones. Syringe's VA is also really good. Yeah, Syringe and Flumble's VA's knocked out the park. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Surgeon to have that kind of voice, but it fits him. He will appear in the next scene. Gaming time is brain rot? Is that really what it's like? I've sucked to piano too, because he credits things that he gets from his thumbnails in his description, and he's friends with the Euphoric Brothers. No, bitter-a-tib. No, don't. Seriously? No. No. No, no. No. You did not honestly think the syringe was female. Oh yeah, I like Brissie's voice act. When do you think So Sling returns? I don't expect like a full-on thing in 9, but I'd with Plastic and Best, but I'd see her like a 10 and maybe 5. Banban does have a brain. He has a brain component. How am I not crashing out? Because I know I'm ending up like this because I'm focusing on 2 things at once. That's just how it is. Banban has a brain component. It's just that the thing is with the model, with his normal, with his actual model, with his injured model, they just didn't put something behind the eye so you could see through his head. Where that is fixed in the hellish version of the model. The hellish version of the model has like an actual backdrop where the eye slot should be. So Banban has a brain, we just can't. It's just that the first model's broken. Needs less animal characters? I think the mix between animal characters and normal characters is fine. On a scale of 1 to 10, how scary is Ramamba? Give me a second, my back hurts. Oh, there goes my headphones. I think Ramamba's like an 8, like a 5 for an 8. We barely have non-animal characters. What if they both on Hellish and become a little baby amalgamation? That would be funny. I expect the teaser trailer free for Last Ticket to the Abyss to be kind of... I expect it to actually have gameplay. I expect it to be kind of... you're distracting me. What was I thinking? What was I thinking about? What was I talking about? I think teaser trailer. Oh, yeah, teaser trailer. I think the teaser trailer 3 will be. Kind of a. Look, the chat's going on. Will be kind of like, second teaser trailer for 7, fourth teaser trailer for 8, where it'll have gameplay and show off a bit of the environments. I think there's gonna be a Hellish Banban. I don't think Hellish Syringin. I imagine Syringin would have given himself some kind of immunity to mutations. I don't really see a reason for Toaster to get a Hellish form at this point in time. Because I feel like that wouldn't do anything. There's gonna be... where was I? You're all distracting me. I think Barza will return last to the Abyss. See no reason. I don't see no reason why not. But you know, with the Euphoric Brothers, you never know. You never know with the Euphoric Brothers. I'm seeing a bad ending for Toaster. He said he'd come back. Yeah, but they also add some deal about Socialine at the end of 2, and she doesn't have anything, like, really going on for her in 3. Audio new. Audio 8. Look at all these files. Look at all. Bittervic, did you seriously just find out about the new teaser? It's on the thumbnail of the live stream. Do you think 12-2 will be an Emmy? Yes. Where's the music? Music, one music. I said my thing, I think it's for a soft remaster. Might try to blind us? Yeah, I think it'll be a mixture between blinding and navigating areas with a lot of, smoke. It's like a gas. So here we have all the music. Oh, mall music, yeah. So this is... no more to say. The leak is totally not legit. Prison Mystery. This is the one used for the final section. Suspense conversation. I know Poppy Playtime. I know I've done a video on it. Oh, it's not in music. The thing I came here for. But mall music, this is for... So maybe this location was meant to be like a mall initially? I don't know. But I think because it is I'm looking for the thing. Yeah, it's for the melee room. Yeah, maybe it was initially going to be a mall location. That's what I was thinking. I'm looking. Where is... I think they both have... I think Gurren Banban and probably Playtime do have their own own good sections with their characters. Yeah, it's the old clinic. Um, but it's on music. I'm pretty sure it's in. At least I don't remember it being in music because it's technically not music. Hospital ambulance. Difference between environment designers and environmental artists. I think environment artists are concept artists. At least that's how it read for that. Craziest. I'm still mad at Tom. Yes, I am still mad at Tom. And I'm also pretty sure, yeah, the volume and pitch is changed for this between the version in the files and the version used in game. The 8 song, so if I remember correctly, audio, new. Yeah, all the main menu songs are in the file, are in the files for 2's audio effects. You guys think they like 0 and 8? So I don't remember any leaking of the OSTs. They released them like at the time. If Tom gets a voice cameo, we'll have a crash out to rival my last one. So it might just be the same thing, it's just different wording for it. Anything you guys want to hear? Any sound effects you want to hear? Because I'm thinking of ending stream soon. Do you think the location that they put the Seeds of Toot will be a spin-off? What? Roles in game... Yeah, roles are confusing sometimes. Let's enter the clinic and not die until Stinger dreams foots. I'm sure I don't see what Hellish will do for his character. Besides just delay anything else. Syringe announcement. The syringe announcement, I believe it's... Scary announcement. Oh, you mean where the spores is? I think the spores is gonna be where you find him. scary announcement, and then syringe and face show. These are the two sounds used there. Do favorite experiment? I gotta remember what it's called in the music tab, because the music uses code names. I think it's Syringe's Death. The citizens ain't even beautiful. A Dane. The citizen's ugly. What character seekers do you want to see in the next Banban Chronicles? I think Nab or Sheriff Toaster would be interesting at this point.
Attention, all beautiful citizens of my facility.
Yeah. I don't think Syringen even thinks his citizens are beautiful, I'm gonna be honest. Or so he only thinks they're beautiful because they're Gifanian-based bodies. My official Banban collab with Fortnite, it's a collab. I think this is... Do you think a story suffers if game devs skip concept art? I think a story suffers if they don't have a roadmap. Sorry. This is used, I'm pretty sure, for when Syringen gets knocked over when Banban turns hellish. If there actually is a cow, it's gotta be the Six Spectrum Dude.
It's a shame. I won't see the final stage.
No, the screams in this are hilarious. Banban 5 is definitely gonna come out. Wait. I'm curious. What does... I don't think they'd include writers on the team. What do you think would have won if Banban 9 didn't fall into the pit? And Banban 8? Banban probably. Banban's more experienced in general. Okay, we're looking at all the dub screams of Syringen and then I'm ending stream. What does French Syringen scream sound like? Who did that scream? I don't remember who did. If Banban was injured, that might contribute, but... It could go either way. I am having too much fun. Yeah, but Flumbo's inexperienced. He has never fought in his life. That is something we need to keep in consideration. That was the first fight Flumbo had ever gotten into. Even they had... Okay. Yeah! Yeah! Oh my gosh. What does Japanese syringian sound like? I think I've messed around with the different things before. It sounds like he's screaming and trying to laugh at the same time. Yarg, he's a pirate now. I would love to see Syringian become a pirate. The German version is the funniest one. The funny thing is, you don't normally hear this audio because it's kind of drowned out with several others. Could have created Oscar star. I don't think that would have been as narratively significant. I think it's funnier. I think it's funny to think about, but it wouldn't be narratively significant. Like a fist getting chalked. They never said anything about a remodel for Jumbo Josh. They just said they got a new rig, which is essentially the rig is basically just the bones of the model. So expect better animation. So expect the model to work best. Sir Dadu, either we're gonna hunt him down, or he's gonna hunt us down, or we're gonna team up.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah!
This is what Syringian says when we call him out for lying.
Yeah!
Nah.
Yeah!
Nah.
Yeah!
We have no evidence that there's no evidence of a permanent remodel. I think the team up because he knows we have plot armor. But he might just be mad at us. Is Queen permanently dead? Probably. Sounds like a sheep. Yeah, I think that's all it... This went from theorizing about teaser to listening to Syringian screaming in different languages. I am crying. I think this is what we should expect from one of my live streams. Welcome back. You just missed the weirdest part of the stream. No doubt about it. Yeah, this, so, for the credit music, I'm hoping, Chewy Cat. He's really good. He has this kind of, like, eerie sounding voice. Did we analyze? Yes, we did. Yeah, we did the teaser. That's in the beginning of the stream. That's the first thing I did earlier. There's not much to analyze. It does sound like a caw. Caw! I'm being dragged away by a lobster! This chicken is obsessed with a spider. That's what this chicken is. This will be a peel of burden, last stick to the abyss, guys, trust me. I think CG5 should be saved for the last credit song. That's my opinion. But, it's, I don't know what he's saying. This is in the game. Yeah. This isn't Syringin, this is the makeshift doctor. So, yeah, this is how we're ending stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Enjoy this guy getting, honestly, what was coming to him. Nine. Yep. So, thank you for tuning in. This was fun. I'm gonna do stuff now. Bye. And keep on banning.